Do you know, I've had so many views of the film I put up just before Christmas of my last minute trip around TV Centre back in 2013. I couldn't wait to come back down here to take another look and show you guys, because it had been a fantastic television studio up until when they actually sold it off in 2007. And they decided they weren't going to lease it back, and that they were just going to get rid of it. Now, they had a £2 billion shortfall. They had to try and get rid of some of their property portfolio to try and make up that shortfall, to keep making programmes and to keep running the BBC. So I guess that's one of the reasons why it sold. But I can tell you now, as a director working at the BBC back in early 2000, the writing was on the wall for TV Centre right back then. So here it is now, 2024. And when you're looking at it from this side, it don't look much different, which is why people say, what's happened? I didn't know it was being demolished, and I thought it still looked the same. Well, it don't. So let's have a quick look around. The thing is now, you can come inside. I mean, there's no gateway, no security. Well, there's one there, but that's protecting TC1, I guess, and monitoring who comes in and out of that. But around here, you can walk around. There's luxury flats. I think part of this is a hotel. Here's the main block. TC1 is still there. Familiar sound of the trains going past on the Century line is too. The BBC launched TV Centre in 1960, and up until selling it, was its iconic home for TV production output. So what about claims that the BBC are back at TV Centre? Well, they are, but as BBC Studio Works, which is a commercial subsidiary of the BBC. Well, this is Television Centre inside the donut now. What you're looking up at the moment is what was BBC production offices, many of which I worked in over the years on different programmes, but these are all now luxury apartments. So that was the main stairways to all the different floors here at Television Centre. To your left there would have been TC3, to the right would have been TC4. TC3 is still there, along with TC2 and 1. That's obviously studios 1 to 3. They're still there. TC4, you'd have gone in through a doorway here, but now that doorway's gone, as too has the studio. And if we carry on through here, this is what's now on the site from Studios 4 up to Studio 8. These luxury flats. And if you look in here, you will see that was Studios 4, 5, 6, 7, and around the corner 8. So the flats were built on one section of the studio floor on the left. So that would have been the ringed area that went around TV Centre. And what you're looking at in front of you would have been where all the action took place. Basically comedies, Top of the Pops, all kinds of BBC shows happened right there where you're looking at now. And up there would have been the galleries, viewing rooms, and of course above that, offices. But look now, luxury flats. Through here would have taken you out into the ring road around TV Centre. In fact, I think this would have been kind of on the footprint of TC4 as well, as you look back here. If we carry on through here, you'll see, a bit windy, sorry. And as we come out into what was the ring road of TV Centre. So that ran around the outside. These two new red brick buildings are standing on the site of what was the multi-storey car park. East Tower has long gone. Now they're in the process of building a new tower block, roughly where you can see the crane in the middle there, and the concrete lift shaft, I assume, to the left. But other than that, what once was TV studios is now luxury flats. So out of the 8 studios, only 3 exist. That's kind of TV Centre now. That's how it looks. So in TC3 comes This Morning. TC2, I believe, is Loose Women. And TC1 being used for I guess the BBC and just about anyone else who wants to hire it, really. The BBC are here in some way, but not as they were before, which I think a lot of people are confused by. The rest of the studios, the other 5, have gone. They're demolished. They're those luxury flats. And I think that's what's the sad part for me, because when the BBC got rid of all those studios, they realised they had a shortfall in studio space. The BBC had to make up that shortfall of 2 billion, I understand, from the government back in 2000 or mid-2000s. So in 2007 they decided to sell this lot off, so they had to do something. Whether it was the right thing or not, who knows? But anyway, was that value for money for the licence fee payer? Only you can decide that, really, those of you who are watching this. But I personally think it should have been left alone as a TV studio. And of course things have to move on. People keep saying, well, you know, that's what it was, and now things are changing, and quite rightly so, because, you know, with technology changing now, there is less need for great big studios. But I just hope in some way it does keep going. You know, it's an historic building, isn't it? You know, and we all know it. A lot of the people I work with in the business said they grew up seeing this building and wanting to work here. So that's what they aspire to do. And surely that's a good thing. Surely it's good to have something that you can aspire to. You know, I've had comments now on the BBC post I put up on my last walk around here in 2013. People saying, you know, it's great now. It looks absolutely fantastic. The money that's been spent on it. You know, I've dined in the lovely restaurants. I've been in a luxury pool and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that's absolutely fantastic. And if that's what you call progress, then that's good. That's not what it was set out to do, was it? Now, just out of interest, this block of flats actually stands on the site of where BBC Centre House once stood. So that's now long gone. Again, it was an ugly building, I get that, but it was still part of the BBC, but now gone. Well, behind me are now brand new luxury flats, but they stand on what was once the multi-storey car park here at Television Centre. And let me tell you now, to get the little square parking tickets to be able to park in there back in the day were like gold dust. But is it progress? I'm talking from a personal view here, as someone who has so many great memories here, like so many people watching this right now probably. But generations change, people with different attitudes change, different needs change. So roughly in that area behind me where that entrance is there, that is on the footprint, not that there's a building there, but anyway, that entrance is on the footprint where the entrance used to be into the multi-storey car park. So you'd literally drive through there-ish, go up the ramp and up to the top or wherever else you could get to park. And in the background, roughly where those black doors are, was the entrance into Television Centre. In fact, the whole area surrounding Television Centre has been transformed with the multi-million-pound Westfield shopping centre, which is within easy reach of the TV Centre complex. So there we have it. That's Television Centre. Lots of changes have taken place. I always feel a little twinge of sadness when I come back here, but then again I guess I would, because I worked in the building and I remember the BBC and working in this building when it just meant so much to me, and I know millions of other people as well. But there you are, that's where it is. And as I've said before, technology moves on, and you know, it's hard to say now because of that emotional connection that thousands of people have with this building. But the next generation come along with that technology, and of course they'll have a different view. And you know, they will say, yes, it was justification getting rid of it, because now the technology means I don't need all this, or certainly a lot less of studios like this. So maybe someone made the decision somewhere that was actually a touch of genius.